Hey guys, before the video starts, I would like to say that my boyfriend is starting a YouTube channel and I'd really like for you guys to check it out. If you're really into that whole death metal hippie vibe, please check it out. It's called Death Hippie. I will leave a link to it in the description. I would really appreciate that. Hey, what's up everyone? It's SeptikSiren, and today I wanted to share with you some of my favorites in my CD collection. I have about 180 CDs. They're all upstairs. I'm filming in the basement because my brother finally moved out. I now have space to put a backdrop and like all this other shit. And yeah, this is a little bit of a redundant video because I'm probably gonna be jerking off about like White Zombie. Like everyone knows Los Exorcisto is one of my favorite CDs of all time that I have in my collection. So yeah, like you're gonna see some Acid Witch and White Zombie, but I figured I haven't made one of these videos in a long time. So first I have Superjoint Ritual's A Lethal Dose of American Hatred, and I had this for around a year before I actually decided to listen to it, and when I did for the first time, it's like, goddamn, why didn't I listen to this before? This album, I haven't really gotten into or listened to that many of Phil Anselmo's other solo projects, but Superjoint Ritual is absolutely amazing. They're so kick-ass, and the thing that I really appreciate about Phil Anselmo is just no matter what he creates, it's always just so ass-kicking and world-conquering. Just the sound is, I don't give a fuck about you. I will crush whoever I have to get to where I want. That is the vibe. I love it. You turn on any song by Pantera on the radio station, you make your parents listen to it, they can't stand it because it sounds like, man, this person sounds like they really want to kick you in the face. Like, just rip your head off. And this album especially is very, very I'm so sick. It's very ass-kicking, and I love it. I appreciate having this, and I got it for $5 at one of my local record stores. Next I have Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe album. This is my favorite Rob Zombie album. It is a total classic. It's got Living Dead Girl, it's got Dragula, it's got, what's the other one? What else is on here? Super Beast, amazing, that's an amazing one. Spook Show Baby, Meet the Creeper, you know, some of the just really classic, really popular Rob Zombie songs. And I really appreciate his art style. Look at that, I mean, look at that. I admire Rob Zombie so much. He is just, his art style, and you see that on even White Zombie especially. I feel like the thing that I don't like about Rob Zombie so much is he's more commercialized, which there's no problem with it at all. Which I'm going to share with my White Zombie things, just get it out of the way because you guys have all heard it before. What else? Yeah, I have my two White Zombie CDs. I've got Astro Creep 2000 and Los Exorcisto, which these I listen to in the car all the time. This I've listened to probably the most besides Skinless, but I'm going to get into Skinless in a minute. Astro Creep 2000, I'm getting sick and tired of this because I've listened to it so many times, but I really love this. Blood, Milk, and Sky has to be my favorite song off it. It's just so deserty, very Arabic sounding, very psychedelic, and you know, it's got some classics like Blood, Milk, and Sky, you know, and More Human Than Human, Creature of the Wheel, Electric Head, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, how many ever parts there are. This album, if you don't really know much, Rob Zombie, White Zombie, this is a really great one to start with, but White Zombie is a 90s classic. I can't tell you how many times I have seen Rob Zombie, White Zombie shit on Headbangers Ball, and I've watched a lot of the old VHS recordings of Headbangers Ball on MTV. It's so MTV-esque, very Beavis and Butthead. Some of the White Zombie songs were in the Beavis and Butthead Do America, and if you're really into Rob Zombie, you definitely like The Bride of Chucky, because there's a lot of White Zombie in there. Not White Zombie, Rob Zombie. Like, they have Living Dead Girl. I think they have something else, but still. White Zombie, this is a total classic. Look at that beautiful art. Look at them titties. I love this so much. The art is so fire. I love what he does with the CDs. I just appreciate the shit out of Rob Zombie. Especially his younger works. Just a lot more heavy. Just a lot more raw. So unique. There's nothing else like White Zombie. What was I gonna say? There is like this deli in my town. It's really weird, very like metalhead, and very like stoner-esque, and this is the total like art style of it, and it's really cool. Thought I'd share that. But anyway, this has Thunder Kiss 65, one of the most popular White Zombie songs ever. It's got Welcome to Planet Motherfucker, one of my favorites. It's got, man, what else? Black Sunshine is probably my favorite song off of here. Spider Baby, Cosmic Monsters, Psychoholic Slag, ugh, my throat, Warp Asylum, Starface, so much good shit. This is such a good album to have in your car, and I had these, most of these were in my car, and it's really cold. It was just -22 all day yesterday, and I think it cracked. Yeah, that sucks. Probably my all-time favorite is either one of those White Zombie records. But now, I mentioned Skinless, Foreshadowing Our Demise. I saw them at FTA. Too bad I was so cross-faded and just marijuana psychosis to even enjoy it. This album is basically a quadruple orgasm. If you're really, really into that really good underground sounding brutal death metal from the 90s, you would definitely, definitely enjoy this. If you're a fan of Napalm Death, what's the other one that's really like this, that I think is really like this? Napalm Death, no, but like any like really underground extreme metal, you would definitely like this, especially if you're really into that mid-90s, early 90s death metal sound. You would definitely love Skinless. If you don't know who Skinless is, who the fuck are you? They are legends in the underground, to the point where they're not even that underground anymore, but like I've also listened to this album so many times in my car. It's just every time it comes on, I'm just like, oh, fuck, yes, it's so good. My favorite track, you know, I don't really look that much at the track titles, so I don't really have a favorite track. It's probably the first one, probably Foreshadowing Our Demise, the title track. Or Smothered. I know it's one of the first ones off here, but I really like Pool of Stool, because you know me and my shit. But anyway, Foreshadowing Our Demise. Any Skinless record is a gem. I am so lucky somebody sent this to me. Whoever sent this to me, thank you so much, because this is my favorite, my absolute favorite death metal record that I own. Definitely one of my all-time favorite death metal records that I've ever listened to. And I mean, that besides Malevolent Creations Retribution album, and of course Baphomet the Dead Shall Inherit, that's gotta be my all-time favorite. I haven't listened to that one in like a year, but I did just re-listen to it a couple days ago, because like, man, I haven't listened to it in a long time. I used to jerk off all the time about it. Okay, then we have Cannibal Corpse's Tomb of the Mutilated. This is, I don't know if it's a bootlegged version. I have two versions of this CD, but this looks like it's an older pressing. The art is a little more unsaturated, the colors are a little different. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like an older pressing, so I just kind of wanted to show that off. Somebody sent it to me. Tomb of the Mutilated is my favorite Cannibal Corpse record. Someone sent me a box set of their complete, like, 15-year collection, which I did show off in a video, like, a couple of months ago, but, this era of Cannibal Corpse has to be my favorite. Just like most other people, their newer stuff I'm not too big of a fan of because, I don't know, meat and potatoes. Just like, I was even a little disappointed about Morbid Angel's new album that came out in like 2017 or 2018. A little disappointed, but it's still Morbid Angel, it's still Cannibal Corpse. You still have to give them respect for still, you know, trying. But, yeah, Cannibal Corpse, really good shit. Cannibal Corpse is a little too mainstream for me to really jerk off about now. And I've just really been exploring different genres of music, you know, just, you know, that death metal phase comes and goes, you know, but lately I've been getting more into like the 80s post-punk, I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna get this one out of the way too. Acid Witch, Witchtanic Hallucinations. I'm also, again, so blessed to have somebody send me this. This is a huge classic, psychedelic death metal. The sound is so original. Again, there's no other band like Acid Witch. It's just, man, if you haven't listened to their new album, Evil Sound Screamers, which came out in 2018, you should check it out. I mean, it's not as good as this one, and I remember the first time I ever listened to this, it scared the crap out of me. This was when I was like in 8th grade, I think. I watched, one of Count Blagareth's videos where he, did sort of like a cassette thingy where he was talking about Acid Witch. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. So then I go turn on Acid Witch, and it scared the crap out of me because I was still in my, I hate myself, I want to kill myself, so I'm going to blast Motionless in White and Hellhammer. And have everybody concerned about me. Not really, because 8th grade emos are the worst, so don't hang out with them. They don't like Slayer, they don't know who Hellhammer is, they'll never know who Hellhammer is, they don't even appreciate Iron Maiden, so just stay away from them. If you're 13 and 14, just stay away from the emos. They don't care about your music, they don't care about Iron Maiden, they don't appreciate Slayer, they don't know what Dave is saying. Just stay away from them, okay? Don't make my mistake. But anyway, this scared the shit out of me, but then I re-listened to it like a couple months later, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. So if you're a little intimidated by Acid Witch, but you want to listen to them, I would go with listening to their album Stone, which is like from 2007 or 8, I think. I don't know, but yeah, Acid Witch. Okay, then there's Clandestine Blaze. I forgot to bring down my Woven Ancestry CD, but this and Woven Ancestry and Cultist de Goules, those are my probably top 3, besides shit, my Marduk album, Fuck Me Jesus. I forgot to bring that one down, but that one is my favorite black metal album that I have in my collection. But these are the 2 that I brought down with me today. So Clandestine Blaze, I haven't listened to this in forever, but this is one of my favorites, and you guys should check out Clandestine Blaze if you want some really good underground raw black metal, or atmospheric. I think it's atmospheric, but I don't know. That stuff's hard to differentiate. Then this is Goat Whispers, Hell's Override, Euphorian Suicide, and one of my old friends, this is one of my old friends' projects, it's raw black metal, and this is really good. You can find it on Bandcamp. Just look up Goat Whisperer. Really, really good. I'm just really, really happy to have this in my collection because it's really, really kick-ass. Okay, now to disappoint you guys a little bit, some of you elitists. Oh my god, my throat. Some Nirvana. Oh shit. one of my old friends, another one of my old friends gave me the entire Nirvana CD discography, and this is In Utero. This is my favorite. In my opinion, this is their best. Milk It's gotta be my favorite track off here. It's so angsty. I listen to this when I drive to work, and I work at McDonald's, so this is a really great angsty album to blast when you just hate your life and you work at McDonald's and you hate your managers. I don't really hate my managers, but just everyone's a bitch there. So this is a really good one to play, and I just recently learned what penny royalty means. Not what penny royalty, but what the song is about, and it's about a lady trying to have an abortion, I guess, and that's because I got penny royalty for Christmas, and then I look up, like, what it's about, like, what it does. It's actually an abortion tea. If you drink enough penny royalty, you will have an abortion. It'll excrete the fetus from your uterus. So thanks, Mom. This album, words can't describe my absolute love and appreciation for this album and Nirvana in general. Oh, okay. You guys better hold on to your undies for these next two ones. But I have Def Leppard's Pyromania. This is a very feel-good album. I don't listen to that much Def Leppard. I don't care that much for Def Leppard. But this album, this is one of the hair band's albums that I really, really like, and I just sometimes I really get in that vibe, that mood that's just very, like, very, you know, I like hair bands. I grew up with it, you know, my parents turn on the radio all the time, listen to Hair Nation on SiriusXM, just sometimes for a while, because, my mom likes XL Turbo, and they play too much Limp Bizkit. And by the way, you can pretty much thank Anthrax for Limp Bizkit if you really think about it, but we're not talking about Limp Bizkit because fuck them. Pyromania is just, you know, Photograph, what's the other one? Why am I not looking at this? Bringing on the Heartbreak. I don't even think that's on there. I don't know. Foolin', Rock of Ages, some of that feel-good shit for when you just feel that really good shit, you know, I don't even know. Motley Crue fucking Crue. I found this for $5 at another record store around me, probably 30 minutes from me, but I don't like how they have some demos on here, like they have the Shout at the Devil, Looks Like Kill, Hotter Than Hell. Man, they've got like 5 demo tracks off here, but ask me about Motley Crue, I will tell you, I will answer, because I love Motley Crue. This is an album you want to impulsively blast in your car. It's so good, and I don't care what you think, because Motley Crue is one of my all-time favorite bands ever. Man, I want to be like Motley Crue. They're the bad boys. They're just the wild people, you know? They're just like, I know a lot of people, like, they were so commercialized, but what I really respect about them is they were very unique, very wild, but were very commercially successful, and I really respect that, and I think they were still pretty original all the way. Like, they sort of kept to their roots, sort of, even though they were so commercially successful. But anyway, man, I feel sorry for you if you don't like Motley Crue. But I love all the fat memes about Vince Neil. Just lay them on me, I love them. I watched a video of Vince Neil live back in like June 2018. And I scrolled down to the comments and was bombarded with all of these fat jokes on him. 10 seconds to lunch. It was so funny. Alright, now these are again 2 classics. You guys know me. This is Cynic's Focus, and really great progressive death metal. It does take a while to get into them. They're very interesting. They're They're very weird, but they have an amazing sound. I would definitely recommend listening to this if you want to get high, but this just reminds me of the paranoid psychosis, marijuana psychosis thing, and just bad, like, when you want to get high, but it's just a really, really bad high. Like, you just get really paranoid and you think the weed's laced with acid. Yeah. This is that album, and, it's one of my favorite. I'm not really that into prog, but it's just kind of what got me into prog, besides, like, Death and Opeth, Cynic, you know. That's probably the three that got me into progressive and technical metal, but just still, this is really unique. Definitely appreciate it. It really helped me expand my whole interest in metal and just the whole diversity of it. Then we have Dark Angels, Darkness Ascends. When I went to FTA, I found this at a CD stand, and I just had to get it. This is my all-time favorite thrash metal album, and I also got the t-shirt while I was there too, because it wasn't $50 at a record store in Greenfield, Wisconsin. Yeah, and oh, okay. This album, I just can't say no more. You should really listen to it. You should listen to it. You should listen to it before I bite your dick off. Go listen to it if you haven't listened to it already. This is an absolute classic. It's so underrated, and it is so good. It's so good. What is wrong with you if you haven't listened to Dark Angel? You have problems. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sick. But let me know what you guys think. What are your favorites? What are your favorite CDs in your collection? I'd really like to know. And let me know what you would like to see next. And as always, this is your pal SeptikSiren, and listen to your CDs, buy CDs, continue to support artists in this way, and stay metal.